What?
Fuck off, statist.
What?
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 Sir, please, I am the garbage man.
Are you the garbage man? Are you from Jamaica? You don't look like you from Jamaica.
You have violated the NAP.
What?
Apologize to the NAP.
What am I watching?
What in God's name are you talking about?
The precondition of a civilized society is the barring of physical pay.
You know, it's at times like this I wish I did drugs. It would make this a lot easier to get through.
Hey, I'm not done yet.
Sir?
By the way, if you're the garbage man, where's your truck? That looks kind of suspicious to me.
Just let me do my job.
Before you continue with your ignorant behavior.
Ignorant behavior. Okay, let's think about this. Whoever is making this video apparently thinks that all garbage people work for the government, because they probably think that only government can provide garbage service. Living proof, not true. I live in an area with no municipal garbage service. So I pay a private company to pick up my garbage, and it's nice, because the previous company I was with a number of years ago, well, I didn't like the way they were doing things. So I discontinued my service with them and went with one of their competitors. I'm now with a nice little family-run business. They're good, they're cheap, they're reliable, and they're always good about picking up my garbage. In fact, they'll actually take some garbage that my local government's trash dump site won't take, like old CRT TVs and monitors. All I have to do is call them up. They'll charge me a little extra, a couple bucks, depending on what size it is, but it's not much. But yeah, that's what competition will do for you. Without them, my only other alternative would be to take it to the landfill myself and pay probably $10 or more for each individual television I throw away. They're also good at letting me know what I can recycle and what I can't. And if I need to know something like how to properly dispose of fluorescent bulbs, I just call them up and they tell me what to do. I love the free market.
Are you by any chance employed by the state?
Yes.
Right! Okay, I'm back to wanting to be on drugs again.
Taxation is theft.
Yeah, but he's not a tax collector, is he?
Taxation is rape.
No, taxation is theft. Theft and rape are two different things.
Good Lord.
That's how I feel about this music. Good Lord.
There is no reason to cling to your false gods, you simpleton.
Is this going to get anywhere near a point?
There are no invisible gods in the sky. There is only the invisible hand.
What's with the trilby? That makes no sense. Although with this music it might. I'm kind of picturing people in lederhosen.
And that is why the idea of age of consent is a statist law to prevent voluntary sexual exchanges.
Oh, for crying out loud, this is one of those libertarians want to rape children videos, isn't it? Well, now you see the mentality of people who strawman libertarianism this way.
Sir, could you do me a favor?
As long as it does not violate the NAP.
Now, why would you sigh at that? Why would you? I want you to do me a favor. Okay, as long as it doesn't involve me using force against innocent, peaceful people, and you sigh. Well, what innocent, peaceful people do you think it's proper to ask someone a favor in using force against?
If I am not allowed to leave unless I renounce my job.
And that's a load of crap. Look, this guy doesn't even understand the basics of libertarian philosophy. The problem with municipal garbage collection is not the people who come along and pick up the garbage. It's the fact that it's a monopoly power. The force is not when the garbage is picked up. The force is when someone else tries to make a competing garbage service and government comes in with force to stop them. Or at the very least, doesn't allow people to stop paying their taxes that cover the garbage collection to use this alternative service. So that would be like, okay, you're using their service, but you gotta keep paying for ours. You switch to Verizon, but you still gotta keep paying AT&T. Do you really not get why we have the problem with this?
And if I don't swear allegiance to a cult of horrible people with the most infantile understanding of economics,
oh, I think for you that ship sailed a long time ago.
then I will be shot.
Yeah, this guy doesn't understand anything about libertarianism or the NAP or what any of it represents. It's just a desperate attempt to strawman it, and he is doing so with the most pathetic attempt at humor I have ever seen on YouTube, and that's saying a lot.
If my only available options are to have me follow a political ideology that is essentially us regressing back into feudalism.
Libertarianism is not feudalism! How many times do we have to refute this pathetic lie? It is the opposite of feudalism. Feudalism is where someone lays a claim over part of your labor. You know, like the government does with income tax, and then says if you want to leave, you have to pay a tribute to your feudal lord like the government does with an expat tax. In fact, it was a lot easier for a serf to leave his feudal lord than it is for someone to give up U.S. citizenship. You have to pay half your net worth in taxes and then a $2,300 expat tax on top of that. If not, you'll continue to be taxed by the IRS for life, even if you never set foot in the country again. But no, it's libertarianism that's feudalism. Give me a break.
Or death, then I choose for the sweet embrace of death.
But why?
Why? Because I voluntarily choose oblivion over the ungodly embarrassment of becoming an ANCAP.
Notice that completely absent in this video is any actual arguments involving the details of libertarian theory, what the non-aggression principle is, or anything resembling economics.
You are all just one minor inconvenience away from blowing up into full-on fascism.
Oh, for crying out loud, libertarianism is the opposite of fascism. Libertarianism is about voluntary exchanges. Fascism is about forcing people to make certain decisions when they engage in those voluntary exchanges. All of his complaints are about the state, not libertarians.
And I might be a simple garbage man, but I am not a fool.
Yes, you are.
Please, if you have any empathy, if you have any good in your heart, you will shoot me. You will end this.
I can't. I cannot do it. Is there really no other way?
There is a way. You can put that gun down and you can let me go. But instead of me fleeing, I will embrace you. I will hold your hand and walk this strange and frightening new path with you.
You know, it's funny how this would actually make more sense if the roles were reversed, convincing a statist to put his gun down to get him to stop forcing his way on others, and then walking the path of voluntarism, despite how scary people like the idiot that made this video think it is.
From the ideology that is your mother's basement and into the light, into the real world. And although the path may seem dark and somber, know that I am there, walking beside you. We are all buried under the weight of days.
Yep, there we are. Communism. Socialism. You want to know what happens with that? Look at Venezuela.
But if we stand together, if we cast aside the artificial boundaries that divide us, we can all strive towards a better tomorrow as one.
Tried it, didn't work. Venezuela has a very high port capacity, direct to the Atlantic Ocean, and convenient to the Panama Canal. It has a year-round growing season, is a wonderful tourist destination, and has the largest proven oil reserves in the world. A best-case scenario. And yet, your backwards, economically ignorant philosophy turned it into a land of misery and poverty and starvation in less than 2 decades.
Join me as we walk towards a world where you will recognize that this hebephilia stuff isn't anywhere near as ethical as you claim it to be.
Ah, here we go. Yeah, more intimations that libertarians are child rapists. How desperate can you get?
But what if the child consents, though?
Oh, for the love of anime is trash, and bitcoins are bullshit.
If bitcoins are bullshit, how come they're the only things stopping many Venezuelans from starving to death? How come they're the only things that are allowing many women in Islamic countries to actually have some money for themselves that their husbands and their fathers and their governments won't take? Nice to know you hate poor people and you hate women. Thanks for admitting it.
You son of a bitch.
I'm coming. Harambe.
Alright, that video gave me cancer. Sorry about that, everyone. What kind of a cancer do I get anyway? I guess I would have to be bone cancer. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, why not hit like and subscribe? And to make sure I can keep producing content, support this channel by becoming a patron. And check out all the other great content here, like this video selected especially for you.